Today we have Mr. Prashnajit Datta, CTO and CIO of Vivriti Group. I hope you are enjoying 19th ELETS NBFC under Tech Summit, sir.
Yes, absolutely. So I just came to Delhi to attend this conference, and initially I was thinking, like, from Chennai to Delhi, you have to travel. But then, I feel it's really worth coming here because the discussion I just finished was really good. I think the insights were really great and the panel members are also really great. Thanks for inviting me. It's a good opportunity for me also. Thank you.
Also. So, taking this whole thing forward, sir, I'm just taking a little bit of your time in order to, just like to know a few things along the way. So, I would just like to know, like, how do you see the intersection of cloud and AI and, data privacy evolving in the B2B or fintech lending spaces? So, would you care to explain that on?
Sure. So the cloud space is something that we have to live with. That's what I feel as a techie because end of the day we need to scale up, and scale and speed is something that we cannot avoid in today's world, right? So where you need to have a cloud. But having said this, yeah, you have to be cost conscious as well. So certain applications which are like really fast paced, really fast moving, and all that, where the speed is required, especially the co-lending platform that we use, which is the in-house developed. We really need speed there, but apparently there are certain applications where we can still have a like more of a backend kind of an application and all that. Definitely we can have a hybrid model there. So I think the way forward for this industry is going to be definitely hybrid, where you can't think of you can avoid cloud, and at the same time you cannot think of just on-prem kind of an infrastructure. Definitely you have to maintain a balance as a CTO and a CIO. That there has to be speed, agility, quick turnaround in terms of the business. At the same time, you have to be cost conscious, and you have to say you have to check where exactly you can save the cost also for the organization. On the AI context, I feel that definitely when we as a Vivriti Capital and a Vivriti Asset Management, there basically, especially for the B2B context, we use AI from a more of a credit underwriting perspective, where the digital CIR that we prepare, where the business RM, credit risk RMs, they are basically writing a lot of notes because a lot of publicly available information which is there. At the same time, when it's more of a physical business, it's a physical plus digital kind of a business, where they go out to reach out to the client and then collect the data, collect the information, and then they write it on the application. There basically a lot of Gen AI component is basically coming up. A lot of things are WIP in that, and then finally when the fully furnished CIR is presented to the credit committee, and then they gives the approval. So we feel that the AI component there in the B2B business is going to give a good turnaround in terms of the TAT. Earlier, let's say it used to take weeks, and we feel that going forward is going to be days. In the B2B2C context, where we primarily do the co-lending. So we are one of the largest in the country in terms of the co-lending provider, where it's totally a tech-based business that we consider, where we have more than 45 plus partners across the country, and where it is totally data-driven business, where we receive the data through APIs to our platform, and then once we collect all the data, then there is a rule engine that runs, where again the AI component is coming very soon there. And then a decision happens, and then the disbursement happens totally automatic, because the volume is so high that there cannot be any manual intervention. This is 100% digital, that you can say in the B2B2C context. While of course when it comes to the partner engagement or the partner level discussion, that could be a physical touch, but when it comes to the final end borrower serving and all that, there we cannot think of anything which is a physical touch there. Coming to the privacy and compliance, I think we are in a regulated business, and you have to respect that any kind of engagement that we do, whether it's an end borrower with a partner, we do have to check the regulations. I think recently we are talking about a DPDP Act, so that also something that we are exploring, and we are trying to implement ASAP. I think a full team of compliance, InfoSec, they're actually into this with this DPDP regulations, and we are implementing very soon in our organization as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that is really well explained, sir. I mean, the approach you have also mentioned about, like, earlier we used to do all of the things physically, but now the phygital approach is there. And that is really a need of an hour, because not everything can't be done physically. There still need, sources, channels, and AI models that can, pretty streamline things. And the DPDP Act that you have mentioned, I guess that this is the great regulation that government is being initiative, and I mean, that's going to lead the way in the NBFC and BFSI scape as well.
Perhaps.
Yeah. So thank you so much for answering that, sir. And now I would like to know. Just so now I would like to know, sir, how you are using, technology to assess risk or monitor performance in diverse borrower sectors, basically borrower basis. So what are your key findings in that?
So I was just mentioning in my when I was telling you about the B2B business that we have, that we are in basically. So there, we have a system which is again a in-house system that we have developed where we collect a lot of data. We collect a lot of information which are publicly available, which are when the business RM or a credit RM or a risk RM they travel, they acquire, because there's a physical touch that I was mentioning. And then after collecting all the data, we do run the risk model in the system itself. And then basically it is not only about at the onboarding time, even after the disbursement there is a post disbursement also. Every depending on the risk category of the customer, we do run that model again and again. So it could be quarterly, it could be once in 6 months, it could be once in a year, depending on the risk category. And that gives me the early warning signal for the customer, because please understand, we are into a large ticket size customer where our ticket size is more than 10 15 cr. The one disbursement amount could go up to 20 cr, 30 cr as well. And hence we have to be very very cautious when we are basically getting into an onboarding. So the onboarding journey, the limit management, the risk management, that is totally system plus a physical touch. At the same time, when it comes to the once the disbursement is done, the system would automatically populate the where we could go wrong, where the there is a signal that is required, and then immediately we can arrest that. So that's how we are basically managing that in the B2B space basically.
That is really well explained, sir. Thank you so much. And discussing everything along the way, and right now you are here at the center of the country. So I would just like to know if you could summate this whole event into in one word. So what would that word would be, sir?
I think it is fantastic because I think the way you guys have arranged this entire piece, the way you have handled the social media, plus the guests that you have brought in, the insights that you're bringing from the industry and all that, I think this is really helpful. I'm sure the audience will definitely have a great takeaway from these sessions, because I was attending the session since morning. Even the morning session was really good, really insightful. And then of course my session also, my panelists also, even I personally learned a lot of things today, because we are primarily at a B2B level, or at a tech level or a data level, right? But when it comes to the feet on street, I got a lot of insights. Especially the behavioral change that has happened in last 1 decade in the country. And that's really, really good to know that we as a country, we're actually growing towards the digital economy, towards the digital journey. Basically, that's really insightful.
Hope you had a good networking and exposure.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks.
So, and not taking too much of your time, sir. Now, I would like to know just one. What do you think that the next major disruption is coming into India's digital lending ecosystem? What would that one disruption would be? You want to talk about?
I would definitely say my sense, it's more and more co-lending is going to be the journey, because capital is something that's a requirement for any NBFCs in today's world. And there basically, how we thought about co-lending, let's say 3-4 years back, I think majority of the players in the market, they're also thinking in the same way. And there the tech plays the major role. The disruption is going to happen through tech, because co-lending as a model, simply it's not possible without a tech. And there I think next 4 to 5 years, you'll see a lot of consolidation that will happen in terms of this co-lending partnership, bank to NBFCs, bank to a player like us, plus from us to a different NBFCs who are like more of a feet on street kind of a players. I think you will see a lot of disruption around that. It will not be a primarily that one company, one system kind of a thing. You will see a lot of integrated companies, integrated system altogether. I feel that is going to be the journey going forward. I think we have to be prepared more from how to integrate ourselves with different other platforms or different other companies and their platforms. Plus we have to be more agile in terms of like the systems that we develop. It should not be that I do my business in this way. If that's the thought process, then I think it is going to go wrong. I think we have to be more agile in terms of how the others are doing and how to adopt quickly in the system so that we can get into a more and more co-lending model. It could be CLM1 or CLM2, but I think the more of an agility in terms of turning the system quickly towards clients' needs, I think that will help.
Exactly. That is perfectly well answered, sir. I mean, co-lending, we have been seeing it for quite a while time, and it is on the verge of growth only. And the thing that you have pretty mentioned about here, like it's going to move way forward in next upcoming few years, and that is what really we all be seeing right now, I guess. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for your valuable insights, sir, today, and we are really glad that you are here. Hope you have enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me. It's a great opportunity for me. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. So guys, this was Mr. Prasenjit Datta, CTO and CIO, Vivriti Group.